5 and 8. So yeah, I'm back in the 4060 or the 1445, so I can get to the 1466 or 4066. Alright, so now we're in the 4066. I do have some bad news though. The linear actuator, I caught it in a piece of snow and busted the wire off. And yeah, not good because I can't find my repair kit for the weather connector. So without getting into too many details on the linear actuator, it's my fault. I drove it into a pile of snow and I just was not paying attention. And in the process, basically just ripped the wire off, which is normally not a big deal. But when you can't find your weather pack kit or your weather connector kit, and it's 0 degrees outside, it's pretty daggum hard to fix it. Well, I can't manually take it off without providing some type of power to the whole system. So until I find my weather pack connector or go get some more, the only attachment I can use on the 4066 in the front is the bucket, because there is no way. And I mean, I can obviously run power to it. It's just going to take me a little bit to do. And the amount of time it would take me to do it, I'll be done with what I need to do. So we're just going to move some snow. It'll be a little slower than normal because I'll have to use the bucket instead of the pusher. But that's okay. Oh, come on now. Try not to mash the snow into the ground any more than it already is. Basically, moving snow tonight is going to be a lot of windrow it up, scoop it up, dump it, windrow it up, scoop it up, dump it. And just keep repeating that same system again and again and again. I don't think it'll be too difficult, or it shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be too bad. car's coming, I'm just going to back down the driveway again. I'll make one more pass. I worked on this driveway for 2 hours last night, 24 hours ago. And I don't know, there's probably a 1445 video that will precede this. I'll put it all in one video, it'll be a longer video. But this is really all I have done in my spare time for the last 2 weeks is move snow. The 4066 now has 143 hours on it. And 14 days ago it had less than 130. The 1445 blew past the 2300 hour mark the other day, and I think when I finished mowing at the end of the year, I had, I don't know, like 2280 something. So yeah, we've pushed a lot of snow this year. A lot more than normal. But that's why I got this machine. Regardless of how I'm doing it. One of the reasons I got this machine was strictly for this purpose. Alright. Let me, one of the things that folks have suggested is different camera views. So let me get the camera turned around here and we'll take a different camera view. Alright, so now what we're going to do, I'm just going to clean all this up here. I'm going to turn my light on so people can see me. And make sure there's no cars coming either way. We're just going to start pushing back some piles. I don't know why the DOT has not been through here and pushed piles back, but they have not been, so I'm actually out on the road right now, which, I don't know, that just doesn't excite me really, but I mean, it's one of those things that this needs to get done, so. You can see the busted wire there on the crib connector. Like I said, it's my own stupid fault. I can't blame anybody but myself. I just was not paying attention. Normally, that's one of the design flaws that I've found so far with how I hooked this up, is it's really not all that protected in terms of you know, the wires. And I knew the brake was probably coming, only from the standpoint of I had to get out and adjust it a couple times to get it to work. And so, you know, it's okay. Just kind of disappointing that that I have to, the one night that I probably could use the snow pusher the most, because the snow came, we didn't have that much wind with the snow, is one night that I don't have a snow pusher to use. And the reason I don't have a snow pusher to use is the way that that system is engineered. The bucket can't be on there to loosen, to get the bolts out. At least that's the way I designed it. Or the bucket has to be off to get the bolts out. And I did that for a couple different reasons. One, that way the bucket would never fall off. However, what it does is that means that in this particular case, I can't take the bucket off because there's no way, there's no power to it. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going move this snow down here. I got the driveway into the house somewhat cleaned off. Now I can work on the big part of the driveway. Turn my flasher off. So you see, like I said, I'm going to put the 1445 video in here, but you can see where I brought the 1445 and parts of the driveway and used it to clear some of this stuff out. It is kind of disappointing that I can't use the pusher. Knew I was going to lose that. Let's see here. Where do I want to put this? Might as well put it down to the end. Won't lie, this is getting kind of old. And I can't imagine doing this with having to do this out in the open. That would be no fun. Let me pick up some of this crap right here, or at least push it a little ways. What I'm doing now is I'm actually just kind of windrowing the snow with the blade. Let's see here, what else can I talk about? Oh, I do have some good news. I finally broke down and bought a second GoPro after about 4 years of threatening, or 3 years of threatening to do so. So I have another GoPro on the way. A couple weeks ago, actually about a week ago, I guess, I was surfing around, looking at some specs, and noticed that GoPro had a deal where you trade in one of your old digital cameras for a new GoPro and you get $100 off. So I bought a GoPro 7 and sent in my old camera, and I should get the GoPro 7 sometime late this week. I guess for those of you that want to keep track of it, I'll probably get it. Today is Tuesday, February 5th. Based on videos I already have uploaded and finished, I'm guessing this video will not come out until I'm thinking minimum you probably won't see this video until for at least 7 days. So I may have the GoPro by the time you see this video. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to angle these towards this pile over here. I'm just going to use the bucket since I don't have the pusher. Well, I mean, I have the pusher, but I can't use it. So I'm just going to use the bucket, and we're just going to push some of this stuff up. This is not the most efficient way to move snow at all, but it's with what you have. So, and sitting in a warm cab when it's -2 outside is a whole lot better than sitting on, say, X748. At least that's my opinion. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come over and take like half a bite, maybe even a third. You'll get some spillover, but that's okay. I suppose I could talk about the 455. Haven't done much to it. I picked it up, if this is Tuesday, February 5th, I picked it up on February 2nd. If you're wondering the dates, that video should come out on, oh gosh, I don't know when it's supposed to come out. Anyway, it's uploaded. And so the 455 I'm actually pretty excited about. I think it will be a very nice machine when I get done. I've got some things that I want to point out on it. So I'm going to make a video basically talking about, you know, why this machine kind of piqued my interest compared to other machines that may not have even deserved a second look. Obviously in the video, if you look at it, it has no side panels. The paint is heavily faded. The paint that's there is heavily faded. But, and I mean the instrument panel and stuff like that is all washed up and whatnot. But I still think it'll be a great machine because I think mechanically it's probably one of the newer machines I have ever owned, used-wise. So that's certainly, we'll get into some more stuff about that. I think this will be a pretty cool series because most likely I'm going to keep this thing for me for a little while. So we'll use it. I'm actually considering putting a 3-point on it and doing a few other things. So we will see. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't touched the gator, either to part it out or to fix it, and probably won't for quite a while. Just too busy at work and among other things. So, actually this isn't too bad. I mean, in the end, I'll end up with a clean driveway. It will have taken me a little bit longer than I anticipated, but you know, when something breaks like the linear actuators are broken, something like wires, it's kind of hard to recover from that when it's kind of critical. So now that I've moved some of this over, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and I'm going to move another windrow over. Clean some of this stuff up. I didn't go quite far enough because I'm going to have some spillover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and push a little bit more now. And just kind of keep working at this for a little while. And eventually we'll get all this stuff pushed up so we can get our fresh 3 inches of snow tomorrow. So I can do this again tomorrow night. Last time I looked at the snow forecast, I think we were supposed to get snow like 6 out of the next 10 days. So I suppose if you like moving snow, I mean, I don't mind it. If you like moving snow, it'd be nice. My really only problem with it is the fact that I typically have to move snow after work, and so basically I go work, you know, 10-12 hours at work, and then come home and work 3 or 4 more. I got to work this morning at about 7:05 and I got home about 8. Neighbor stopped by to ask me some questions about a tractor. Ate dinner, came outside about 9 o'clock and started moving snow. And what time is it now? It is currently 10:53. On my part, leaving that dirt pile there. But winter happened so quick that I really didn't have a chance to do much. And it was just one day. Winter was here. Too boring. Maybe I'll put all of this video in one. I don't think it's been an hour yet because I had an hour and like 52 minutes left on the video card when I started this. So nice thing about the GoPro 7 is the fact that I'll be able to shoot in 4K, and hopefully that will allow me to hopefully people like my videos enough that I can earn a little bit of money. I can go buy a new camera a little bit better than my wife's TI5 that I've been using. Cameras are expensive. For a person that got into YouTube just to, you know, kind of post up instructional videos, I do a lot more than that now. I love it. I've met some really cool people. I follow, I think, really cool people on YouTube. I think that are pretty cool. I don't subscribe to many channels, so typically if I subscribe to the channel, it's because I have a true interest in it. One of the channels I've had a lot of interest in of lately is A-Bomb79, Adam Booth. He's a machinist. Does some really cool stuff, and I have learned a lot about machining and things like that, stuff that, you know, I never thought I would even potentially ever learn. I mean, obviously I don't have a lathe or any, I don't have any metalworking experience, but I just find his channel and David Richards, Old Time Machine Shop, Steam Powered Machine Shop. I find both their channels just fascinating. Then you have Let's Dig 18, and after Let's Dig 18, you have, well, you got West Pandy and One Lonely Farmer. You gotta watch his channel. That's always good for entertainment. I don't know, some of y'all may or may not like Cotton Top. I don't know. Logging's kind of completely different for me. And then How Farms Works, Ryan's pretty cool. I'm trying to think of any other subscriptions that I have. Basically, I'm just making a couple more windrow passes, and then I'll do the same thing I did before. Probably my last one, and then I'll push it all up again, because then it gets taller than the rear blade and it goes over the back, so nobody wants that to happen. lot of snow. give you an idea of these snow piles, remember that the reach on the 4066 is 110 some odd inches. So all of these piles are over 110 inches tall because they're taller than the reach of the bucket. Do is basically just put a bunch of stock over the top. Unfortunately, I think my piles are getting big enough that I can't push any more over the top. So what we'll do is we'll go down a little bit and push it over this way. With the new GoPro, I'll be able to do live streams. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I can't guarantee you that I will do any. If you haven't noticed, I don't mind being on camera, but I'm not one of those people that really likes to turn the camera around on me. Not that I really care, just, I don't know, just not how I want to do things. So that's why I don't ever, like I said, I don't mind being on camera. I just choose not to be. I guess I just never intended my channel to be, you know, where I turn around and held the camera and talked. I'd rather focus on what I'm trying to do. Yeah, that's what I'm focused on. I probably don't need to get this driveway this clean, and I probably don't need this big of space. I could probably condense it down quite a bit. One of the reasons that I scrape it this clean every single time is because over the course of the winter, more and more will build up, and the more and more stuff that's on the surface, the greater chance come springtime and all the mud and everything that you're going to have, you know, potential problems. I mean, as it is right now, there are parts of the driveway that probably have, I don't know, 2 inches of packed snow on them. Most of that is from before Christmas, or right after Christmas. We got some really wet, packable snow, which it's made it really nice because I'm not taking up near the, this winter I'm not taking up near the amount of gravel that I have in the past. However, at the same time, it means that everything is very slick. Alright, I think that was my last big pass I needed to make. So let me push this up. One nice thing is with the purchase of the 455, that means I am now 2/3 of the way to the goal of having a 430, a 455, and an X748 to do a comparison video. So now all I need to do is find a 430 that I want that is priced for me, which I think it's pretty apparent that I'm cheap when it comes to machines. Now that I've got some number one and some number one diesel and a little bit more treatment in it, it's doing great. We'll test it out later this week when we're supposed to get snow. Let's see here, we're supposed to get snow. The winds are supposed to blow about 20, 30 miles an hour, and it's supposed to be -20. So I am sure that that's just going to be a grand time. Absolutely grand time. So much fun. Alright, let's open up the drive to the back a little bit. I did it with the blower earlier, but let's see how it works with the rear blade.